Hello there, very good evening to you. Thanks for joining us here on Ideal World. This is when we team up with Planet Cruise and we bring you what could well be the holiday of a lifetime. Tonight we've got 6 great cruises lined up, and I do mean great cruises. Everything from the Far East, the Middle East, the Mediterranean and even the Caribbean. In fact, we're bringing you a brand new cruise, never been to the UK before. It's already on sale in the USA, but never in the UK, and Planet Cruise have got their hands on it just for you. Now, let me share with you the fact that it's a different phone number during this show, so if you use speed dial to get through to Ideal World, don't use that tonight. Let me give you the number. It's 0808 250 2662. And the great news is that you won't be talking to us, you'll be talking to Planet Cruise. And as you're going to find out, Planet Cruise are all cruise experts. And when I say the word experts, I mean experts. They've all worked on cruise ships. They all know what cruising is about. It is first-hand experience that they'll be sharing with you. And if you've got the internet at home, why not go to their website, planetcruise.co.uk. Now you can also see there they've got Facebook, they've got Twitter. I would recommend you join their YouTube channel. Why? Because if you go to YouTube you can actually see the ships, you can see what it's like to be on board, you can see many of the ports of call. It's absolutely brilliant, and of course there's even a little button there that will take you to some of their hot picks and their greatest prices. Now I'm glad to tell you that I'm not your cruise expert this evening, but this next gentleman is. This is Glenn Wallace. Let me introduce Glenn to you right now. Thanks for joining us, Glenn. Really appreciate you coming in today. Yeah, excellent.
We've been having a chat about cruising and our past histories, haven't we?
Well, yeah, because we're actually both cruise directors. We've both been on the ships for a number of years.
I think 28 years between us, was it?
28 years between us.
10 year days.
And a lot of stories to share.
Yeah,
we won't get to all of those tonight,
We've been discussing in the last few minutes, haven't we?
If anyone's watching for the first time and they don't really know about Planet Cruise, what can you tell us about the company themselves?
Well, most of the people within the sales centre that will be there tonight have all worked on ships before. We go on the ships very regularly. We are experts in our industry, and we don't sell one particular type of cruise. We sell all the different cruises for different durations and also suit different sort of price points as well. So we'll feature 6 cruises tonight. If they're not the ones for you, just give the team a call. They're there to help and assist you and direct you, because there's loads of cruises out there, loads of different companies, and it could be a bit of a minefield and people not showing what to go for. Yeah. Give the team a call and we'll get one sorted for you.
I think that really is the tip of the night. Give the team a call. Yeah, if you're thinking, well, will they fly from my part of the country? Can I get a flight from Manchester or wherever it may be? Call the team. That is the top tip, because they will know all the answers.
We're quite friendly, honestly.
Good, I'm glad to hear it. Now, let's move on to our first cruise, because we have got 6 to get through this evening. It's going to be very, very busy. This first one is a great cruise line. It's MSC Cruises, and you're going to have 7 nights around the Mediterranean. So, first of all, we're going to be flying you to Genoa, down in Italy. And you're going to have the opportunity to join a beautiful cruise ship. So before we do anything else, let's take a moment to show you what MSC is all about.
Again, with MSC, they are very, very popular. They're one of our biggest selling brands that we have. The main thing with MSC is the price point as well. Very, very good prices compared to some of the others within the market. Great ships, very, very modern as well. Multi-European countries, so you've got the Italians, French, Germans, English on there as well. Yeah. Really, really good ships. Great entertainment, good food, good spa facilities. Shows are very, very good as well. And basically the feedback we get from MSC is value for money is exceptional on there. So the prices you can see for this particular cruise, for a 7-night cruise, it might be your first ever cruise that you've ever been on. So this price here is superb. And we'll say we've got the balconies there at 579, so you get the experience to see one of these beautiful, beautiful ships and stand out on the balcony and take in some of the views there as well. So it is stunning. As I said, good bars, good restaurants, evening entertainment as well. Being a European ship as well, they normally party to the early hours. And again, we get a lot of good comments about the shows as well.
Looking at the ship, it looks like a 5-star hotel, doesn't it?
They're very, very modern, very, very good service on there as well. And as I said, it is one of our most popular brands that we sell, MSC. And as I said, the price point is superb on there. So really, really good.
I think it's really worthwhile mentioning, if you're new to cruising, you've never been before, sometimes people think it's all organised for you. It can be. You can do as much or as little as you really, really want to. And I think it's worth bearing in mind as well, the great thing about Planet Cruise is that they can make it bespoke to you. So you've got any questions, you want to know about, can you stay in a hotel before, or can you extend the trip? You just give the guys a call. That phone number's right there at the bottom of the screen. So we first go to Italy.
Yeah, so this one is going to be a package holiday with MSC. So they're going to be flying you in. It's based on, I think, London flights on this one. Obviously transfers to the ship as well, and you're going to join in Genoa. From there, you're going to go to one of the biggest destinations in the Mediterranean. We're going to go down into Rome, Civitavecchia. Of course, one of the great cities, not just of Europe, of the world. The Colosseum, the Vatican, the Sistine Chapel. And again, they'll have tours organised there for you to see as much as you possibly can. I was there there a few weeks ago with the family, and we managed to see the Colosseum. We walked over to the Vatican. Amazing, amazing views.
Yeah.
And again, the time of year this is going, it's going to be a little bit quieter as well, Paul, which is nice. So you're not going to have as big as queues as you would do in the middle of the summer, which is really, really good. From there, you're making your way from Rome down to Palermo. Again, one of the smaller destinations. Not so many ships go there as well, but again, you're down into the tip of Italy there, down into the Sicily coast.
Yeah.
And again, you know, if you've seen The Godfather, you've heard about all the mafia go. I'm not saying you're going to see them down there, but again, this is where it was based down there. Great food markets, beautiful cathedrals as well, and a nice opportunity to take in Palermo. From there, we move down to Malta. Valletta is becoming very, very popular. I was there a couple of years ago. We docked in the old town, and even if you don't do a tour there, you just walk off into the old town around the gardens and the buildings there. They are stunning. And what I did find in Valletta, which is different even from Italy and Spain, it is so cheap there to eat and drink. Really, really good value. Your duty-free shopping's good as well there. So again, spend some time in Valletta. Very, very nice. After that, you've got a day at sea. You might just want to take in and see the sights of the ship, experience some of the facilities, the spa, or get your hair done.
It is a destination in
itself. It's a destination in itself. So again, people say, oh, I don't like sea days. It's good because that's one of your only days at sea there. And from there, you're going into one of the big ports again of the Med into Barcelona. Again, we feature this week after week, but you've got Sagrada Familia, the unfinished cathedral. You've got the Nou Camp. Just walk up Las Ramblas and look at all the mime artists they have there.
Yeah,
Great tapas restaurants as well, up from the Columbus statue. But again, Barcelona, very, very nice. And then finally, we're into Marseille. Now, Marseille down in the south of France. Again, I was there on my cruise, which happened to be the morning after the night England played Russia in the European Championships, which was interesting. But the actual...
So was you actually on a holiday rather
we
than
were
working?
We were on a ship, and we docked there the morning after the England-Russia game.
It was a holiday for you,
It was a holiday
yeah,
for us, so of course we had the England fans. So it might be a bit quieter when you go there in Marseille. But again, nice port call. I wouldn't do a tour there. I'd just walk off there, walk around the harbour. Again, nice bars and restaurants in the main harbour then, and very easy to walk off. They normally have shuttle buses from the town area there. So nice opportunities, some different destinations within the Mediterranean, and then at the end, back into Genoa on that one.
Now, there's some really important things to share with you. First of all, you can get a free upgrade from an inside to a balcony cabin. And the balcony cabin, come on, who wouldn't want to be on a balcony as you're pulling into some of these gorgeous ports of call? You can look out anytime you like. You may be sitting there having a glass of wine together. Maybe it's a little romantic time for you, and you can enjoy the sea. But there is very limited availability on this particular one. So if you are thinking, I might go. The ship looks magnificent. And bear in mind that £579 per person is for 7 nights. So we're talking £83 per person per night. Come on, what do you get these days in the UK? £83. Maybe, if you're lucky, an okay hotel. This isn't just your hotel, it's your entertainment and all your food as well. So it's incredible value for money, and it's just a deposit. So let's run through those details for you. Dates available for you in November and March of next year, so if you want to, you can plan ahead. Free upgrade, as I said, from inside to balcony. What a great way to go. And when you bear in mind that free upgrade, you're still talking £83 per person per night, and you're getting a balcony. It's phenomenal. Return flights included from London. If you want overseas travel, a transfer is included. Again, talk to the team if you're thinking about other airports, and it is deposit only on selected departures. So let's go through those prices, and you can see the dates in more detail. November 16th, December 16th, January 16th, February 16th, or March, I say 16th, that's 2016, and of course March 2017. And you can see all very, very, very affordable. So again, write down that phone number because it's not our usual one. That's 0808 250 2662. The team are waiting for your calls right now, and that is phenomenal value for money. That sort of price, take full advantage of that. Now, I did tell you at the very start of the show that Planet Cruise Aboard is something completely and utterly for the very first time in the UK. So this is a UK launch. It has not been seen before, certainly not been seen here on Ideal World. Now, I'm very excited for you. If you've never been to the Caribbean before, this is certainly one way to consider going. Before we do anything, we've got a little video clip that we want to share with you. Just watch this and find out what it's all about.
At Fathom, we talk a lot about traveling deeply. So in the cruise market, people often are fortunate to go many places throughout one trip. And we believe there's also something really special about going deep into one place. So Fathom is about giving people rich cultural immersion as well as meaningful social impact opportunities while they're there. So it's really for people who love to travel but also really want to make a difference. Our trips to the Dominican Republic are 7 days. They leave out of Miami, but we actually go to one place. It's the beautiful, lush green, mountainous, northern coast of the Dominican Republic, and we're there for 4 days. So our travelers enjoy being out in the day, in the impact activities, snorkeling, zip lining, chasing the waterfalls, but they also love at night experiencing the local music scene and enjoying kind of local cuisine. We bring Dominican musicians on board. So it's really about taking everything on board and on shore, really meaningfully into that cultural experience. You get to fall in love with the Fathom Adonia. The Adonia came out of P&O Cruises, and so it's a ship that many people in the UK are familiar with. She's a beautiful ship. We just had her in dry dock and refit, so we've kind of fathomized the ship, and we've put in various design interventions, really shifted and changed some of the spaces and playfully engaged a lot of our product experience on board. We've really simplified some of the room categories. We have a very small ship, 700 travelers, 4 kinds of cabins. So we've got inside cabins, outside cabins, balcony cabins, and then suites, of course. But really the great majority of the ship, because it is quite small, is balconies. So the ship is a great playground. We call it sort of the impact playground. We've got a great pool, an amazing fitness center. We've got a specialty dining concept called Ocean Grill that offers the Dominican and Cuban inspired menus. We've got a great buffet that offers amazing salads all the way to, you know, Cuban food and Indian food and tastes really from all over the world. So there's something for everyone. We've got an amazing main dining room, the Pacific, that you can go for a sit-down meal that's included, of course, with the price of the trip. The impact experiences are all included in the ticket price. You know, most everything on the ship, apart from alcohol and the spa, you know, are included in the price. If you want to buy a chance to go ziplining or buy a chance to go snorkeling, of course you pay additionally for those things. So whether or not people go and participate in the impact activities, they're already supporting all the efforts on the ground, and they can use their time however they choose. There's a lot of flexibility.
How amazing is that? That is completely different to anything else I've ever seen.
Yeah, so I think if people are still not very sure about what's happening with this one, the P&O Adonia has now changed, and the product now is Fathom. Okay, so what they've done is they've tried to do something completely new. Nothing else in the market represents this. So with it, what they're trying to do is for people to travel out to Miami, they then board the ship, and it's cultural immersion. So basically the whole time they're going to be on the ship, the staff are all going to be geared towards the Dominican Republic. Then when you arrive in the Dominican Republic, you're using the ship as the hotel for 4 days. Then you've got a choice. You can go off and do normal excursions, which we saw there, the zip lining and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But if not, it's for people that want to go off and meet the locals and help them. Get involved, go and see their local cultures. They even get the opportunity to go into schools and actually teach the children English.
So is it a little bit like, you know, you could go to the Caribbean and you get off and you go shopping and you do all the things and go on the tours, and you actually never get to know the Caribbean.
And you're doing it
this is the opposite.
This is actually going in and actually mingling with the local. They're not going to be doing anything different than they do on a local day. You'll be helping with construction in some of the buildings that they're local housing, so you can help with that if you decide to do that.
Yeah.
You can go to the cocoa plantations and help them how they deal with all that plantation. As I said, you can go into the schools, and what they want to do is for people to actually make a difference to their lives in the Dominican Republic. It took 3 years to put this together with Fathom, and now they've managed to work with the Dominican Republic, and you've got the opportunity to really, really immerse yourself. I think it's for people that are maybe wanting to do things like that, but get a little bit scared, maybe going out to places like Africa and helping them.
Yeah.
This is an opportunity to go on a cruise ship, have the facilities of the cruise ship, and then go off every day and help people.
And enjoy the Caribbean.
And enjoy the Caribbean as well, exactly.
What a great, great idea. Now, we're going to fly you to Miami first, and that's where you'll be joining the ship. Take us through the itinerary.
So you'll be joining Miami on the first day, and that's where you join the ship, and then you have a day at sea. So you'll have lectures, you'll meet the staff on board. Again, as I said, even the toiletries on there are from the Dominican Republic. You've also got the chef there. He's a famous chef in the Dominican Republic, so the food is going to be geared to there as well. And then from there, you're going to go down into Amber Cove, and that's when you're going to have the 4 days.
So we stay there one night in Miami, then we join the ship, and we do all of these wonderful things.
And then you're on the ship, and then you go down to the Dominican Republic. Brilliant. You've got the 4 days then, and as I said, you've then got a choice whether you want to go on the normal excursions or you go off and do these cultural immersion excursions, which are educational, and they're a phenomenal experience to spend time with the locals, and obviously, and the idea is to enrich their lives, that they'll benefit in the future. And as I said, no one else does this. With the Adonia itself, you've only got 700 passengers on, so it's a smaller ship. And again, just to give you a quick fact, this has been selling from the States since April. On the first time they sold this to 700 passengers, 52 people rebooked for the following cruise because they enjoyed it so much.
Wow.
The repeat ratio is already very, very high.
Yeah.
When Adonia was with P&O Cruises, it had the highest questionnaire scores on there as well. And as I said, it's been sold from the States and it's been running since April. This is going exclusive tonight from the UK market.
That is brilliant. I mean, looking at this, you really get some idea of what it's all about. And ultimately, Impact is a great name because it's about impacting the lives of local residents forever. This is the holiday of a lifetime. This is an opportunity to really enrich yourself as well as the locals and take away those memories. I was lucky enough to live in Acapulco for 6 months. You know, and I lived with the locals. It was incredible. And even though I'm talking, what, 30 years ago, I still remember it. Those people, in fact, I'm still in touch with them because of social media these days.
Of course.
I'm still in touch with that family that I live with, and they're
the way they've designed the ship, again, it's not going to be like some of the others where they've got rock climbing walls and surf riders. This is all being designed to obviously immerse yourself in the culture of when you're down there as well. They have two products. They have one with Dominican Republic and the one with Cuba. The Cuba one is quite a lot more expensive, but this one we're focusing on tonight is the Dominican Republic one. And as I said, it's going live tonight, and I think it'll be selling very, very well.
Yeah, it does look phenomenal. And again, you can enjoy the Caribbean as you would if you were a tourist, but then you've got the opportunity to enjoy the Caribbean as if you were living there with the locals. So you've got the best of both worlds here, and you can enjoy it to the degree that you want to. That's what it's all about. So this is brand new, first time in the UK, 9 nights in the Dominican Republic, 9 nights in the Caribbean. That's what this is all about. Now, you will get a free upgrade from the inside to balcony, and that's why you want to go through Planet Cruise. It is limited availability on this particular trip, and of course you've got those 3 nights that are on board. They are on board, so although you're pulled up, it's like having a hotel. You're on board the ship, and you can go ashore as much as you want or as little as you want. And most importantly, you've got the opportunity to impact the lives of those local residents forever. Now, I haven't mentioned this yet, but it's worth knowing, on every cruise that we talk about, that blue bar on the left-hand side has actually got an ID number on it, a CID, cruise ID number. In this case, it's 124026. It's always worth writing those down, so if you call the team and you share that number with them, the ID number for the cruise, they know exactly what you're talking about. So in this particular case, we're talking dates in September, October and November of this year. It does include your return flights from London Heathrow, plus all your overseas transfers, 3 overnights on board. So you onboard the ship becomes your hotel whilst you're in the Dominican Republic in the Caribbean. And of course you get to work alongside the local residents if you wish, and you get to educate them, you get to just involve yourself. I love the word immerse yourself in that Caribbean flavour. It's an opportunity to impact the lives of those local residents forever. So, let's talk about prices. Dates are available in September, October and November, and you can see that they start from £1,149. So take full advantage of it. Again, your phone number is different because you're going to call Planet Cruise Direct 0808 250 2662. Then there's a second set of dates available for you as well. There you go, travel with purpose. We're talking about Fathom, we're talking about impact. Pioneered by Fathom, in-track travel is about a new category of travel. It's about travelling with purpose, and it can be travel that transforms your life, including your own. So everything really Glenn's been telling us is right there in that information. So, that's brand new, never been seen before. I think it's an ingenious idea. It's a great idea. It's an opportunity to cruise, get to the Caribbean, and see so much more than you would normally. Now, let's move on to our third cruise. We've got another great one lined up for you. This is a maiden season for this ship. It's a 9-night cruise. It's what we call a summer solstice cruise. And you're going to get the opportunity. It's great because you're going to go from Tilbury, think of it as London, all the way around the UK and back to London. So because you're doing that, Tilbury to Tilbury, you can take as much luggage as you want. You never have to worry about that. So let's take an opportunity to discuss the brand. Let's have a look at this. Now, this is the beautiful, but am I right in thinking this is your old ship, Glenn?
Yeah, so basically what it was many of you have travelled on Ocean Village before. So Ocean Village went down to Australia, became the Pacific Pearl and the Pacific Jewel. And then this is the first one to come back from Australia after 5 years.
Right.
And it's going to come back next year in June. I'm actually doing the first cruise on there. I'm taking 65 of our old crew members from Ocean Village, and we're going to experience the Columbus, which is going to be renamed to the Columbus. So we're going to see what our old ship looked like. But I tell you what, when we were on it, it used to be the old Arcadia as well, so it's got a fantastic history. The ship was brilliant. As I said, it was my first ever ship I worked on for 5 years. And again, they've really spent the money down in Australia. So it's coming back now, and Cruise and Maritime have it. As I said, very, very good cabins. The comments were always good. Well, the cabins were very big for their size and their standard of cabins there as well.
Yeah.
And again, you've got the inside, outside balconies. There's single prices on here as well. But as I said, it's so nice to have her back in English waters. And as I said, this is a good one going around the British Isles cruise. Now, I also worked for Cruise and Maritime for 3 years. I was excursions manager on there, and I helped set up the round British Isles tours. So again, when I first did the British Isles, I thought, well, I always want to go abroad when I was cruising. Why would I want to stick it to the British Isles?
Yeah.
Because you're going to places that you wouldn't normally get to. And as I said, some of our destinations just off our coastline or on our coastline are some of the best I've been to. And it's taken in some of the highlights. And again, very, very good price on this one.
So exactly where do we go? Let's find out where we're going to go on this trip.
So you're going to sail from Tilbury. Again, you can sail down there out of London, and then you're going to have a day at sea, making your way up the coastline to a place called Invergordon. Now, Invergordon itself, very small little town there, but this is your gateway to get into Loch Ness. So you get a going chance to have a look for the monster himself. Again, you've got some magnificent castles on there as well if you want to go and see Cawdor Castle and Dunrobin Castle. Beautiful, beautiful castles. And if the weather's good in this part of the world, it's second to none. So absolutely stunning there in Invergordon. But make sure you do a tour there, because the actual town is quite small itself. From there, you're going to go around the coast up to Ullapool. Again, another one of the small destinations they have there. I think this is one of the small tender ports, so just be aware of that one.
That looks like the Caribbean.
It's stunning. If the weather, we were up there 2.5 years ago, and we were the hottest place in the UK. It was about 28 degrees, and we just sat outside, had a couple of beers, fish and chips. It was stunning up there. But again, you can go walking there, hiking. I went for a run up into the hills, but it's a lovely part of the world there. Then around the top of Scotland, and we're going down to Tobermory, Balamory, which is obviously the famous kids programme, but you can go into the small picturesque area there of Tobermory. You've got the different coloured houses there.
They're actually that colour, are they?
They're actually that colour, yeah.
Because I have to watch it, because I've got 2 little ones. Yeah, I've got 4 kids, but two of them are still young and watch this sort of thing. Yeah. And I thought they CGI'd all their
No. And then when you go up to the top, you can actually see the houses that they use for the show itself.
Oh, my goodness.
And then you come back down. If you want to, you've got a trip over to the Isle of Mull. Again, I would recommend that you book that very, very early if you want to do that one. But again, you've got some great opportunities to go around there. And as I said, if not, just walk around Tobermory. Again, some nice bars and restaurants there as well. And as I said, it's stunning. And again, that's a lovely, lovely little tender ride in from the ship into Tobermory.
I've got the song stuck in my head now.
Yeah, well, that's it. This is it. We always sing that when you're there. Then you're going on to another nice destination, which is Dublin. Again, very, very popular there. Again, your dock just past the O2, where the docking area is there. They normally have shuttle buses along the Liffey, over the bridge, and normally dropping down near to Grafton Street. And from there, you've got the opportunity to go down into, of course, Temple Bar area. You can go shopping, try a pint of Guinness. It's still a fantastic destination.
Got to be done.
And again, if you've never been to Dublin before, again, make sure you try a bit of the black stuff with the old Guinness. But it's always good fun down in Dublin itself. From there, you're going over to, I still think it's part of the Caribbean, but the St Mary's and the Isles of Scilly is absolutely spectacular. We've been very, very lucky on our cruises down there. The weather's always been very, very good. 2 islands to see there. You can go to St Mary's or you can go to Tresco. A lot of people do the Tresco Gardens in the morning and then they go to St Mary's in the afternoon. But again, when you're walking around there with the boats and the beach, it is stunning. It is absolutely beautiful. And again, as I said, you'll have the locals. You don't use our tender boats. The locals have their own tender boats and they bring you in from the ship into St Mary's or Tresco. But do both islands on that one. Very, very good. And then finally, the penultimate port of call is St Peter's Port, down in Guernsey. And again, from there, you can dock there, go up to the top of the road, do a left, you're in the main centre of town. You can go off to the little chapel. I would possibly do on this one, if it was me, I would do maybe the island tour in the morning and then go for lunch and have a couple of drinks in the afternoon. But again, a lovely, lovely place. A lot of the rich...
You're giving away all your secrets now.
But this is what we're here for. But again, place of the rich and famous. A lot of money to own a property here, and again, they've got special rules and regulations for owning property, so they're keeping out the riff-raff, let's put it that way. But
I've got an uncle that lives there.
Oh, I bet he's got a few quid. But again, beautiful, beautiful destination. And then finally into Honfleur in France. Again, one of my favourite ports of call. You've got some tours here. You could go to the Bayeux Tapestry, you can go down to the Normandy Beach Landings, or you can also go to Monet's Gardens. 3 really, really good tours. But the other thing I would say is go into Honfleur as well. Take the shuttle bus in, a quaint French town, cobbled streets. They'll have the market stalls out there as well, and it is beautiful. British Isles cruise, for people that haven't done it before. If you haven't done it before, seriously think about it. Keep your fingers crossed for good weather, but as I said, it's some of the best ports I've been to. Really, really good. And you're on my old ship, the Columbus.
It's quite funny, isn't it? You talk to people about the UK, and sometimes you find out they've never been to the Lake District, or never been to Scotland, or never been... Come on,
very difficult
see your
to
own
get to
country.
places like Tobermory and the Isles of Scilly. These cruise ships do it, and it's great.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Now, here's the great news, look, up to 40% off. It is in a sale. It's 630, I was going to say 360 then, £630 off per person from that brochure price. So it's brilliant value for money, great savings that you've got there. It is the maiden season as well, so the new ship for Cruise Maritime, really enjoy it. And if you are a single, if you're travelling on your own, generally you're going to find that you've got to pay twice to be in that cabin, because normally they put 2 people in it. But there's a single special on this trip, so if you do want to get a cruise and you are travelling alone, great deal on that from £1,049. They won't charge you double for it. And of course it's deposit only, that's really worth bearing in mind as well. Your ID number for that particular cruise is 115653. So do write those down if you're going to call us. Now, we're going to move on to our 3rd cruise. We've still got 3 more lined up for you. So don't miss out on these deals. It's worth having a pen, piece of paper, writing down some of the details for these. Write down the cruise ideas, or maybe the itinerary, the particular ports that you want to get to, and then any questions you've got, share them with the team. Don't forget that number's at the bottom of the screen. It's free to call them, 0800, not 0800, 0808 250 266. Now, moving on now to celebrity cruises. My sister, who also cruised for many years, she was a dancer on the cruise lines. This is her favourite cruise line. This is Celebrity. But before we join the ship, we're actually lucky enough to go out to Abu Dhabi. So let's talk about Abu Dhabi for a moment and take a look at what you could expect to find there.
I think before it always used to be Dubai, didn't it? That was the big highlight for people, and now Abu Dhabi is fast catching up. And again, a great destination to go out and see there. A number of different things to go and see. This city is coming to life. I mean, every year they've got the new skyscrapers, but it's old against the new. It's a very futuristic town, but again, you've got the old mosques there as well. But again, things I would recommend that you go to, you maybe over to Yas Island, and again there you've got some of the big highlights. You've got Ferrari World, which is very, very popular. You've also got the Water World, which is the water park there. They say it's one of the biggest, or if not the biggest in the world. And of course the Formula 1 track there as well. They have the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, which again Planet Cruise are doing a package down there, I think later on in the year, which is proven to be very, very popular. But again, with this one, we're giving you 1 night stay there. If it was me, I would tailor-make this and add a couple of extra nights on.
Yeah.
You know, if you go in this part of the world, do 2 or 3 nights there. There's so much to see that it's a spectacular place.
Well, let's talk about your price for a moment, because if you do that, if you do want to add 2 more nights with Planet Cruise, £79 per person. So talk to the team again. Say, do you know, I fancy staying a couple more nights there. Make it 3 nights for an extra £79 per person.
That's £40 per person per night.
For a 5-star hotel.
For a 5-star hotel as well.
That's fact. 5-star hotel. Now, of course, once you've been there for your night or 3 nights, if you decide to add that on, then you're going to join the Constellation. Let's take a moment to see the ship itself. What can you tell us about the ship?
Again, I was fortunate enough to go on one of the celebrity ships a couple of weeks. It was docked in Southampton, and again, our feedback we get from our guests, they always give us feedback on the cruise lines, and people book more and more cruises with us. I would still say that people that tend to book Celebrity once don't tend to book with anyone else again. That's how good the ship is.
That's what happened to my sister.
Yeah, exactly. And I think what you'll find on there, again, you've got the lawn on there, which is fantastic if you go for the Aqua Suite. You've got the blue restaurant with the Aqua Class as well.
When you say the lawn, you mean like a real lawn?
They've got half an acre lawn on top deck there for you to walk along, play croquet on it and do whatever you want. Or lay on it, have a picnic on it.
Real lawn?
Real lawn.
Crazy.
Yeah, they have a bloke that mows it. His job is to mow that lawn. That's his job.
A bloke that mows it.
Again, on there as well, you've got great spa facilities on there. But I think one of the things that people people really, really love on there is the, you've got the wine tower there.
Is that what that fella was doing?
He was going up to collect the wine on there, but the food.
Brilliant.
The food on Celebrity is second to none. For one of the bigger classes of ships, which this is, the food and drink on there is fantastic. We were on there with a guy pouring the martinis, but he was doing 12 martinis in one go.
Wow.
And again, we ate on Celebrity as well, and it was phenomenal. The service is also second to none. We class this as a 5-star cruise ship. It's the next level up from some of their competitors. And as I said, you know, everyone's got their own opinion. I really say, once you've gone on Celebrity...
Is that the lawn?
That's the lawn on there,
Oh
yeah. So once you've gone on
goodness.
Celebrity, I think you'll struggle to go with anyone else because they are that high quality. And as I said, Ruth, who's normally on the show as well from Celebrity, always goes on about them, and they are very, very good. And as I said, this is a nice opportunity to see a different part of the world.
Now, I should add to you, before we go on to the itinerary, this is an exclusive package. So if you are thinking, I do like the idea of this is new, and it is an exclusive package for Planet Cruise. It also works out from as little as £80 per person per night. So if you're thinking, shall I, shan't I, 17 nights for that price. So come on, let's see where we get to go.
Okay, so you've been to Abu Dhabi anyway, and then you're embarked the ship. You've got a relaxing day at sea to take in all the facilities there, and then you're going into Muscat, into Oman, and again into the Middle East there. This is a little bit more traditional than Abu Dhabi itself. You've got the Sultan Grand Mosque, you've got the Royal Opera House. You might want to take one of the boat tours there, or you might just want to go to the beach and top up the tan there as well. So a little bit different from Abu Dhabi, but still very, very good. Then you've got 5 days at sea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 days at sea there just to relax and take it easy. And again, great sailing on there. You know the weather's going to be good as well. And again, you can take in the facilities on the ship. From there, on to Aqaba. Now, Aqaba is one of my personal favourites. I was there 2 years ago.
Yeah.
2 things to do there. You've got to decide what you want to do. Petra is the one that most people tend to go to.
Or out to the desert.
Or out to the desert.
Is it Wadi Rum?
Wadi Rum,
yeah.
So Petra's the first one. This was filmed in the Indiana Jones with Sean Connery.
Yeah.
That's where you've got the monastery there. And again, that is absolutely stunning. And that's what most people tend to do. We were fortunate, we were there 2 days, so we also did the Wadi Rum, and that's where you take the jeeps out, Lawrence of Arabia, across the desert and the sand dunes. So,
and what I remember about that was they get you to stop talking, and be completely and utterly quiet.
And you can't hear a thing.
No, you hear almost like a whistling in your ears. It almost hurts your ears because it is so silent.
It is.
You start to hear a high-pitched tone in your ear.
As I
it's
said,
amazing.
we did both tours in 2 days, and they were 2 of the best tours I've ever done.
Yeah,
so,
phenomenal.
You know, unfortunately, only there one day, you've got to make a decision, but I would say most people go for Petra on that one. From there, you're going to leave Aqaba and you're going to cruise the Suez Canal.
Brilliant.
And again, you've
Love
got the various canals to do around the world.
That's like a full day's excursion in itself,
Exactly.
isn't it?
And again, with that one, you have people on the back deck taking photos all day long.
Yeah.
It is phenomenal going through the locks there as well. And as I said, if you've never been through the Suez Canal, you've got the opportunity to do that one as well. One more sea day when you come out of the canal, and then into the capital of Greece, into Athens, a chance to go to, of course, the Acropolis. And again, with this one, I recommend, we were there again on the cruise that I did a little while ago, very, very hot in Athens, but we went to the Acropolis in the morning, and then we came back through the Plaka, which is the main area there, near the Acropolis, and we had lunch there, and they still have the grapes hanging off the vines there, and tried a bit of ouzo, and then we made our way back to the ship. But again, if not, you've got the Corinth Canal, you can take the boat trip there, and they've also got the new museum there next to the Acropolis, so there's lots and lots to do in Athens itself. And then, of course, Kataklon, which is obviously very famous even more at the moment, because this is the birthplace of the Olympics.
Yeah.
So again, they lit the torch there a little while ago. They had they've got the running track, the original running track that you can actually still run on there, and they've also got the bridge there, which is with no cement. The bricks have been held there for 2,500 years.
Incredible,
and
isn't
it is phenomenal. So again,
you know what's funny? I'm not joking. We used to cruise out of there, and sometimes the passengers would ask why the Greeks built so many ruins.
Really?
I can believe it. I said, are you having a joke? They would ask why the Greeks built so many ruins.
Well, the thing with this one, it's nice because you've got the Middle East, then you're coming back into obviously old Greece as well, and then as I said, at the end of the day, again, nice bars and restaurants down in Kataklon along the harbour there. A day at sea at the end, and then back into Rome before you disembark back to London Gatwick.
Well, lots of great news on this one. If you book Ocean View or above, you've got free drinks. Come on, you're on a beautiful ship like this, the Constellation, free drinks if you go Ocean View and above. That is phenomenal in itself, isn't it?
The thing is, what we need to tell people say, well, I don't really drink that much. The drinks package is about £38 per person per day.
Yeah.
So to go from the inside where you don't get the drinks package to the ocean view is only £100 more, but you're going to get that drinks package. And even if you have a couple of glasses of wine every night, you'll get your money's worth. So please don't go for the inside. Upgrade to that outside minimum and make sure you take that drinks package.
And consider, don't forget, this was the one where we started off in Abu Dhabi. You could get those extra 2 nights for just £79 per person. It's really worth considering. I think you'll agree the ship looks absolutely stunning. And think of this, £80 per person per night. £80 per person tonight for a stunning hotel, because the ship is your hotel. So, free classic drinks package when booking Ocean View or above, return flights from London Gatwick and all your overseas transfers included, 1 night stay in that 5-star hotel in Abu Dhabi, but you can, as we've been saying and encouraging, add on an extra 2 nights in that 5-star hotel for just £79 per person. This is a new and exclusive package for Planet Cruise, so take advantage of it. Let me share the ID number with you, because it is sometimes hard to see that little white text on that blue bar. 124009. 124009. Really worth considering. Let's just share a little more details with you about that drinks package if you're thinking I might go for it. It does include your specialty teas and coffees and sodas, which is great. So again, you don't need to be a drinker to enjoy this upgrade. The drinks package just happens to be there. If you do fancy some beers and spirits, great. Wide selection of beverages, and of course you've got 15% discount on all wines that are purchased on board as well. So really do consider
it's a really strong drinks package, that one. Some of the other ships just offer maybe beer and wine. That has most things included on that one, so it's well worth taking.
And of course you've got concierge class as well. If you're thinking about going concierge class, priority check-in, nice to feel special already. Personalised concierge service, you've got the welcome gifts, sparkling wine and fresh fruit in your cabin, exclusive celebrity tote bag, main and specialty seating, so you've got your preferences there, daily delivery of afternoon canopies, kind of nice. It's almost like having a butler turn up at your house, and then you've got complimentary shoe shine service. You know, these are the things that make it a great cruise or a phenomenal cruise, so do consider them. We've also got aqua class as well, and again, just a sample of some of the things you can be enjoying there. Personal spa concierge, why wouldn't you want that? Exclusive access to the Blue Specialty Restaurant. Pillow menu, you get to choose the pillow that you want. Plush bathrobes, slippers, it's just wonderful. So do consider those things. That's the sort of thing that makes Celebrity such a popular cruise line.
Can I just say, now, Paul, as well, with the concierge to aqua, people say, why should we upgrade to aqua? The Blue Restaurant is one of the main reasons people go in that Blue Restaurant and never go anywhere else, and you also get complimentary at the Persian Gardens as well, so that's worth your money alone. So please think, if you're doing concierge, upgrade to the aquas where it's worth it.
There you go. So it's all about great value for money, but we've still got 2 more to squeeze in for you. So now we go to the Italian Riviera. We've got a 7-night cruise for you on the Oceania Cruises. Now, rather than tell you about the ship, Keith was lucky enough to pop out and go to it, so watch this.
In 2003, 2 of Luxury Cruises' biggest names teamed up to create one of the best value-for-money options in cruising. A destination-intensive, floating hotel experience with top-notch food and superior service. Welcome to a cruise line for enthusiastic foodies, where you can have whatever you want, whenever you want. This is value without compromise. This is Oceania Cruises. Oceania have an open seating dining experience where all the specialty restaurants are complimentary with no hidden fees. But you know what's truly impressive is the quality of the ingredients, with the beef and the lamb sourced from their own farm in Colorado and the seafood from their own farm in Maine. It's a culinary journey you will never ever want to end. When you cruise with Oceania, unlimited complimentary soft drinks, bottled water, specialty coffees, teas and juices are all included in the price on every sailing. Or if, like me, you're a coffee lover, then this is definitely the cruise line for you, with the legendary Illy coffee served all day and night here in Baristas. If you're a lover of the arts, then you're going to find the entertainment both engrossing and exciting. You can attend a live classical concert under the stars, or marvel at magicians and comedians, or soak up a fantastic show. The award-winning Canyon Ranch Spa has been the acknowledged world leader in healthy living expertise, and a haven of luxury and comfort and warmth for over 30 years. And it's no surprise then that they chose Oceania Cruises as the perfect partner. And on board all the ships you can relax in open-air whirlpools, indulge in detoxifying body wraps, or enjoy the latest Eastern treatments such as shiatsu, reflexology and acupuncture. The generous proportions of Oceania Cruises' suites and staterooms are the ultimate in luxury. You can plump the goose-down pillows of your prestige Tranquility bed, or breathe in the fresh sea air on your private teak veranda. Whatever it is, Oceania suites feature oversized living and dining areas, as well as marble and granite-clad bathrooms and bathtubs.
I think Keith's got the best job there, and he gets to go on the ship and do all their blooming videos. We've got lots of great stuff to share with you. We'll tell you about a free $600 to spend on board and free Wi-Fi. But before we do any of that, let's go to the itinerary.
Okay, so the itinerary on this one again is flying into Barcelona, a popular destination, and again that's where you're going to embark the Riviera. And again, with like Keith mentioned there before, the ship is stunning. We were on it a couple of weeks ago when it was docked in Southampton. We managed to have lunch on there as well. The one thing with Oceania as well is the food. Food is second to none as well. They are generally smaller ships with less clientele on there, but again, we class this as 5-star plus on here for you. So very, very good high-class ships. Then on to Palma, Mallorca, one of my personal favourites. I actually get married there 1 month and 1 day in time, 3rd of September.
Congratulations.
Yeah, well, is it congratulations?
Yeah.
All right, okay, yeah.
I hope she's not watching. Oh,
so
you're
yeah,
in
we
trouble.
get married there next month in Palma. So we lived there for a couple of years, and I love Mallorca itself.
Yeah,
and again, where you
place.
dock in Palma there as well, so you can go out right. You've got the Port-au-Prince shopping centre there, then down to the cathedral, the 12th century Gothic style cathedral. You can go actually into Palma as well, still one of my favourite places to visit. Or go to the east coast, you've got the Caves of Drac there as well, you've got other destinations up into Soyer, Valdemossa. So you've got a lot to do there in Palma, and as I said, it's a very, very popular destination anyway with the Brits, so it's a nice area to go and explore. Then into Sète in France, again, a destination that I haven't been to before, but again, down on this coastline here, a network of canals throughout this town area here, and again, nice bars and restaurants down on the Riviera coast there as well. Very, very pleasant to spend some time, and a nice opportunity then. From there, again, into another one of my personal favourites, down into Monaco and Monte Carlo. Again, people have seen the Grand Prix there.
Yeah.
They always say, can we actually walk on the track? Yes, it's the road network there as well.
Yeah.
Playground for the rich and famous. You will see more Ferraris in Monaco, Monte Carlo than probably anywhere else in the world. If you go to Café de Paris, you need to dress up, long trousers for the gents. You need to take your passport with you, and plenty of money as well. But I do recommend having a glass of champagne outside the Café de Paris. Only costs you about €35 a glass. But again, try and spend some time with the rich and famous. Moving on from there, we've got stunning Portofino as well. And again, you really are mingling with the rich and famous. The playground there of the Riviera. Beautiful style, coloured pastel houses. You can see the pictures there. And again, I think our England football captain got married in that area. Mr. Wayne Rooney got married there a few years ago.
Right.
You've got Brown's Castle. You've got a number of different castles and castillos there to go and visit. But again, I would recommend just spending time walking around Portofino. Have a cappuccino. Just do some people watching as well. You'll see the expensive yachts, the cars. It is beautiful down in Portofino, and a place I wish I'd visit a lot more. Then down into Italy, we're going into another small destination there, Cinque, which again is down on the Riviera coast there, the Italian Riviera. Again, nice coastline there, small bars and restaurants, and again, you're just soaking up the atmosphere there. Again, if you really want to immerse yourself into the Mediterranean culture, you have the opportunity to do that as well. And again, you can see the way the houses are designed there, very similar to Portofino as well. And then on to Livorno, which is the gateway into Florence and Pisa.
Yeah.
And again, if you haven't done that before, when we did it on the cruise a few weeks ago, we did Pisa in the morning, which is about 40 minutes drive away. And then from there, we took the coach over to Florence, which was about another 50-55 minutes, and we spent some time in the Ponte Vecchia, the Duomo there in the centre of Florence. But I recommend on that one possibly doing the tour there, because it's nice and easy to get on the bus. It's a full-day trip. Do the Pisa in the morning, have your picture trying to push the tower back up, and then spend the afternoon in Florence. We just went for lunch and walked around, and it was absolutely stunning. And at the end, you'll finish off in Rome, and that'll be where you've obviously got the opportunity to fly back to the UK. But again, 5.5-star cruise line, very, very good service, great food on there as well, and Oceanias are one of the best.
Yeah, and as you say, it's not a giant ship. You know, some of the ships today, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 passengers. This isn't that. This is 5-star plus. It's
5-star plus.
Beautiful,
yeah.
Isn't it? You're going to absolutely love it. Now, there's some wonderful things to tell you about this. First of all, you've got free $600 onboard spend. and that's per stateroom, and you've got free Wi-Fi on there as well. If you decide to go for balcony and above, then you're also going to get a free case of wine. So lots and lots of things to tell you about this particular cruise. If you wanted to, you could also add 2 nights at a 4-star hotel in Barcelona before you get going, and that would just be another £99, I said dollars then, £99 per person. So it's really worth considering. Again, these sort of questions that you might have for the team. If you call that number at the bottom of the screen, 0808 250 2662, any questions you've got, any way you want to make this a bespoke cruise to you, if you want to add something at the beginning or the end, or fly from a different airport, ask those questions to the team. And great value for money. ID number on this one is 95523. 95523. Now, we've got one more cruise to squeeze in for you, and this is epic. This is going to be a cruise of a lifetime for many people. We're going to move now to Royal Caribbean Cruises, but before we actually tell you about the cruise line, we're going to have an opportunity to really enjoy Southeast Asia. You're going to get the opportunity to get out to Cambodia. It's absolutely amazing. Now
this one, sorry Paul, this one is a little bit different on this one, and I sold a cruise very similar to this to 4 people the other day, and they're going next year.
Yeah.
But this is obviously going in 2018, so you've got plenty of time to prepare yourself and obviously save up the pennies as well. But this is taking in the wonderful Siem Reap, and this one is a package of a 6-day land tour.
Yeah.
You've then got a 2-day stay in Singapore, and then that's even before you actually join the cruise itself. So this has got something for everybody. And again, as I said, it's 17 nights, but you're on the cruise for 7 nights, but you've got everything else packaged in with this one. Now again, Siem Reap is for many people on their bucket list. They've always wanted to go there, and some of the prices can be very high, but if you look at the prices we have on here, they're absolutely superb. So this one's going to start with Siem Reap. You're going to have a couple of days in Siem Reap itself. If you weren't aware, the actual site of Angkor Wat, which is the main destination that you're going to go to there, is 162.6 hectares, and it's the largest religious monument in the world. Angkor Wat itself is known as the Temple City, and again, on your 2-day tour there, you're going to have the opportunity to go around and have a look around Angkor Wat itself. You've also got the various temples they have there, and the guide will be with you for 2 days anyway, taking you around. Now again, over the years, obviously with their very turbulent history, they have had some war damage, but they've restored a lot of it back at Angkor Wat as well. And again, phenomenal opportunity to walk around here. What we do say to people on these sort of tours is make sure you go sensibly dressed, good footwear.
Yeah.
You've got to be reasonably active, okay, because there's quite a lot of walking on this one if you want to see as much as you can, and again, up and down steps as well. But phenomenal opportunity to go to Siem Reap and Angkor Wat there as well.
So there's 2 nights there.
2 nights there. Then from there, you'll make your way also, you've got down there to Battambang, which again is in Cambodia there as well. You've got a heritage tour there. You can take one of the tuk-tuks. You can also go to the Wat Banang Temple, which is an 11th century temple there as well, and a phenomenal opportunity to have a look around there as well. And again, this one is really, again, like we talked about that Fathom one as well, immersing yourself in the culture and the history of Cambodia itself. From there, you have another transfer there down to Phnom Penh. Again, from this one, you have a chance to go to the Royal Palace and the Silver Pagoda tour as well. And again, you have the opportunity to go to the actual killing fields as well. So, of course, the killing fields are a very sombre place to go to, but I think it's somewhere you do need to go and visit. And they have 8,000 skulls of people that unfortunately lost their lives there. Very sombre opportunity to go there. And they also take you to the Genocide Museum as well. As I said, their history was very turbulent, but they're not afraid to explain what happened. And again, I think that's what people want to go there as well, and see the history, and again, how they've bounced back, you know, in time, and they really are now very popular. So that's your 6-day land tour, and again, if you want to see Angkor Wat, Siem Reap, this is a great opportunity to do this. From there, you're going to make your way down there back to Phnom Penh, and then from there you're going to fly to Singapore.
Yay!
Now again,
love Singapore.
Singapore is phenomenal. Cleanest city in the world. Number of different destinations to go and see there. Of course, Raffles is still very popular. That's the thing that everyone's going to now. That's the Marina Bay Sands.
Yeah, that wasn't there when I last went.
And you can go to the actual swimming pool on the top there as well and have some photos. You've got the rainforest there as well. That's the new rainforest area they've built there as well, the gardens they have. And we walked around down there, which is phenomenal. If not, you've got the bars, you've got the restaurants, you've got the quays down there as well, and it is one of the greatest cities in the world. And you've got a couple of days there. I'll be honest, it's not the cheapest compared to other places in Asia. You'll pay a couple of quid in Singapore, but again, phenomenal to go around and see the old and the new there of Singapore itself.
So go shopping on Orchard Road.
Orchard Road, yeah, make sure you've got the credit card ready. But again, you're going from Cambodia and Vietnam down into Singapore, so it's a bit of a culture shock. But again, that's what you're there to do.
Yeah, it's absolutely stunning. And of course, from Singapore, you're going to be joining your ship, which is the Mariner of the Seas. Let's take a moment right now. You're going to see the Voyager of the Seas in the video, but it's exactly the same ship, same class of ship.
And again, with Royal Caribbean, they're still one of the greatest cruise lines in the world. They cater for everybody. You know, some of the other ships we've featured tonight are more maybe couples-based. Yeah. These are still very, very good for families. They've got the running tracks there. They've got the climbing walls. They've got various different facilities on there. The food and restaurants, they have so many different restaurants on there. There's no way anyone won't find anything they like to eat on there as well. And again, you've got the facilities on there to keep you occupied. The staff there are very, very good. They've got some of the best burgers as well. You won't go down to, I think it's Johnny Rockets as well, you can have something there. And of course you've got the kids clubs. So if you aren't taking the kids over there as well, of course they'll be looked after as well for you. So they're very, very popular on Royal Caribbean. But I've been fortunate enough to be on 3 Royal Caribbean ships over the last sort of 12 months or so. And walking around there on things like the Royal Promenade and just strolling around, you actually forget you're on a cruise ship. They've got so many facilities on there as well. We always take in the shows as well. You've got the ice rinks as well. So you've got so much going on board there. And for a 7-night cruise, after doing the land base in Singapore, it's a great opportunity to sort of immerse yourself again into the Royal Caribbean brand.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a cruise of a lifetime, a holiday of a lifetime for so many people. Now, of course, then we move on to Ho Chi Minh.
Well, yeah, I mean, when you get on board in Singapore, you've got a day at sea anyway, so you've got a day to take in the whole ship itself. And then, as you say, we're going into Ho Chi Minh, into Vietnam. And again, a number of different opportunities to go down there. You can take a cruise down the Mekong, or you can go to the Coochie tunnels, which is something, again, I really, really recommend. If you've never been there before, you actually get the opportunity to go down into the tunnels and see the network there, where, of course, many of the Viet Congs down there, they used to hide. Their hiding spots down there as well. And again, it's all to do with their turbulent history, but it is well worth going to see. Many, many temples, you've got the shopping down there as well, and Vietnam is phenomenal if you've never been there before.
Then another day at sea?
Another day at sea before going into Bangkok. And this one's nice because you've got an overnight there in Bangkok. So again, you don't have to rush because you've got 2 days there. Again, you could take a riverboat down the actual river itself. We were there, we went to the palaces. Of course, we went out in the evening. Great shopping as well there. You can do your haggling and bartering for all your clothing goods, and you can also buy DVDs of films that aren't even made yet. That's how good they are down there. But again,
Cheeky.
It's really, really, really good in Bangkok. And as I said, an overnight in there as well. You can have a good time over in Bangkok as well. Then a sea day, and then finally back into Singapore, where you'll disembark the ship and fly back. But
now,
again,
I think it's worth saying, after that 6-day land tour and then a couple of days in Singapore, you may well appreciate those 3 days when you get to relax on board the ship.
Exactly. It's quite an intense programme, this one, on 17 nights, but think what you see in Cambodia, Vietnam, again with the ship, the land-based tours as well.
But what a great ship to be on. Don't forget, you can do as much or as little as you want. You don't have to be busy all day long. You can be, but if you just want to chill out and lie out in the sun, you can do that. If you want to find a quiet corner with a book, you can do that. If you just want to sit, catch up with emails on the internet, you can do that too.
Or if you feel you haven't been ice skating for a few days, you can go and do that as well.
There you go. Now, let's run through the details for you on this one. 6-night land tour. Absolutely phenomenal. You saw the images. Beautiful. Return flights from London. All your overseas transfers are included. Flights also available from other UK airports. So again, talk to the team. And then you've got the 2-night stay in a 4-star hotel in Singapore. It is brilliant. Now, bear in mind, this is deposit only. So you haven't got to wait if you think, oh, it's £2,000. Deposit only at the moment. And if you break that down, when you think of how far you're flying, and think about the trip itself, you're talking around 128 quid per person per night. So it's incredible value for money. I'm talking incredible value for money. I don't need to miss out on this. Now, that's our 6th cruise. So we've been through all the 6 cruises. Right now, if you've only just joined us, or if you sat back and you watched it and enjoyed all the information Glenn shared with us, I need you to get a pen or a piece of paper right now, so you can start to write down all the details, or call us and find out which one is exactly the one for you. So get that pen or paper ready. Let's just remind you, it's a different phone number, 0808 250 2662. You can go to the website too if you want to. That's planetcruise.com. They've also got a Facebook page, Twitter account, and YouTube. YouTube's really handy because you get to see all of the videos of the ships and the ports of call that you're interested in. So our very first cruise was MSC, and that was 7 nights around the Mediterranean. So let's just whiz through the details for you. The ID for this one was 99690, so if that's one that interested you, 99690. You've got a free upgrade from inside to balcony, return flights included, and all your overseas transfers. And again, that's deposit only on selected departure dates. So that's Italy, Malta, Spain, and France. Balcony upgrade on there too. Then we did Fathom. This was the one first time ever in the UK. Been available in the USA, but not in the UK until today, until Planet Cruise brought it to us. Plenty of dates available for you on there as well. Return flights included from London Heathrow, all your overseas transfers. Don't forget you're going to the Caribbean, you're going to the Dominican Republic. You're going to fly to Miami, then go and enjoy the Dominican Republic. And this is all about, if you wish, working alongside the local residents to improve their environmental, educational and economical conditions. You will be immersed in the Caribbean. Opportunity to impact the lives of those local residents forever. A free upgrade on there to a balcony of limited availability, unfortunately. So if you're thinking, I might do it, I might do it, I might do it, write down that item number 124026. Let's move on to our third cruise. This was Cruise and Maritime. Great savings on here. We're talking up to 40% off. That's saving £630 per person, so over £1,200 saving off that brochure price. Savings included are shown. Maiden season for the Cruise and Maritime new ship Columbus. And if you are travelling on your own, you may know that you often pay double the amount. Well, not in this case. You've got a single special, and so you're single just from £1,049. Again, that's deposit only. Your ID number for that is 115653. Then we moved on to Celebrity Cruises, and bear in mind that Planet Cruise are a top agent for Celebrity. This was one where you flew into Abu Dhabi. You got the free classic drinks package if you book Ocean View or above. Return flights from London Gatwick. Again, talk to the team if you want to fly from somewhere else. One night stay at the 5-star hotel. You can add an extra 2 nights for just £79 per person, making it a 3-night stay there. All those details available for you on the screen. Exclusive package. ID number for that is 124009. Brilliant, brilliant deal. Then we move on to Oceania Cruises. It's what we called 5-star plus. Free $600 on board spend per stateroom, and free Wi-Fi on here as well. And you get to choose from free drinks or 3 free excursions when booking balcony or above. So that's your choice which you would prefer. Return flights from London, all your overseas transfers included too. And of course you can add a 2-night stay at a 4-star hotel in Barcelona from just £99 per person. And then that last cruise, that epic cruise, oh boy, what a winner, with Royal Caribbean, 6-night Cambodia land tour, 2 nights then in Singapore, and then of course your 7-night cruise. Flights included, and you can get them from other UK airports. Talk to the team once again, and a 2-night stay in that hotel in Singapore. Brilliant. What a great night. What a great cruise.
Been good, isn't it?
There's something there for everyone.
Yeah, exactly. So we've got, you know, the MSC for first-time cruisers possibly, and then at the end you've got the CM Reap for the trip of a lifetime.
Come on, what are you going to go for? What are you going to go for? And again, don't forget, if it's your first time going on a cruise, you've got any questions, the Planet Cruise team, just like Glenn, have been on ships. They know about ships. They can answer your questions, and they can make your cruise bespoke to your needs. So
they'll be there till 10:30 tonight on the phones, and they'll be back in the morning at 8 o'clock, so they're there for you.
They're waiting for your call right now. 0808 250 2662. Hey Glenn, a big thank you to you.
No problem, been a pleasure.
Congratulations on getting married next month.
Thank you very much.
Have a great time, and thank you for your company too.